Tonight I'm going to talk to you about a lesson I learned that changed my life entirely as an entrepreneur. But before I get started, I want to ask you a question. Have you ever failed at something? No, come on, are you with me? Have you ever failed at something? It's better. Now, what if I told you that I learned how to never fail again, and that I can teach you how to never fail again?
Okay.
Well, that's impossible. But I can teach you how to change the way you look at failure. Now, just over 10 years ago, I lost one of my closest friends to a sniper in Iraq. And I'm sure you can relate to the pain of losing someone that is that close to you. I'm also sure that you probably reacted the same way that I did. Why? And then the guilt sets in. I could have stopped this. I could have done something. This is my fault. And you replay it over and over and over in your head. Now, you say these things when something's out of your control, and you're in a tailspin, and despite your best efforts, things didn't go the way you planned. Those feelings are the same feelings as when you fail at something. It's in this moment of suffering that you have to realize that pain is temporary. If you choose to focus on the pain, it can be permanent. But if you shift that focus into a lesson learned, it changes everything. Now, despite my best efforts, there are things in this life that I'll never be able to change. And when you're overseas, the action doesn't just stop because I wasn't able to save the life of my best friend. But it did teach me that getting back to the mission forced me to shift my focus. And that's what entrepreneurship is. If you risk it all, put it all on the line, you give up everything, and you still can't save it, you've only failed if you allow that to take you out completely. But remember, an arrow can only be shot by pulling it back first. So if life is holding you back with difficulties, hold on tight, because it's going to launch you into something great. Now, I've had the wonderful opportunity to meet and converse with so many successful entrepreneurs, and the one thing that always comes up is that entrepreneurs are immune to failure. Well, let me tell you, we are not immune. If anything, it's that we fail so often and bounce back even higher that our tolerance for failure has possibly shifted. One of the greatest mistakes that I've ever made was when I hired an outside marketing firm to rebuild our website for Grunts Move Junk. They promised us all these results, and we were growing so fast that we thought the only way to stay ahead of the curve was to go with someone else. And every time we checked in with them, they said, stick with it, these things don't happen overnight. And I think we've all heard that before. Well, we got to a point where we were 2 weeks away from having to close our doors. And we had a choice. Do we double down, go back to the drawing board, and rebuild the site in-house? Or do we hope for the promised results? So we fired the company that almost killed our company. We started Grunts Move Junk to put our veterans back into the workforce, and there wasn't a single person at Grunts that was ready to give up on that mission yet. Now, I started off by asking you, what if I could teach you a way to never fail again? Is it possible that if you shifted your focus from being in pain to a lesson you could have learned, or an opportunity